Are you ready? Church. We're going to church. Remember, I went to church the other day. It wasn't my church. I went with my non-call on him. And, you know, when I haven't been to church for a while, I figure I should be a little bit more gracious. So I was ready to put in a biggish bill. You know, and then the person beside me said, "How much y'all put?" And then she went a little further. She said, "Let me change it." And I'm thinking, you forgot. You got to put it around if you want it to come back around. Have you noticed the people them in church who with the collection plate? You know, somebody can be way in the middle. And when, you know, we know when the plate is going to be coming, I take my money out before the man reach my place. But some people, they lean all the way over. And they stretch in the, and you notice their hands are like this, right? And so they stretch all the way right down in the plate. They don't want you to hear the change we are dropping at it. Also, I have been wondering, are they putting? Are they taking? You know, because you cannot put it past some people these days, the things they do in church, right? You know, it's like, nowadays people don't go to church. Like, you remember how back home, I used to look forward to Sundays. When me get to wear me Sunday best, you know, all week long you're waiting. And my mother was in England, so you know me have different clothes from the others. Foreign dress. I had foreign dresses. Nowadays I see kids going to church. I'm wondering, what, man? At least we should present ourselves, even if you have on jeans. Put the pants up, man, now walk around like this. You know, but nowadays, I find women, for instance, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Susan. If there's any Susan, it's not you are talking, really. Susan, you know, is Susan on the mirror. But Susan, I can't church you going this morning because that blouse you have on worse than the one you had on at the party last night. And you know, Susan said, "Don't bother me now here. A church me I go." But Susan, church start already. Well, I like to go when it start because Susan wear them, our boobs popping out of the blouse. And you know, Susan likes to get in church when the pastor on the pulpit already. Just so, and you know, she's coming up, you know, wiggling. So, of course, the pastor has no choice but to look down in her bosom, because that is the idea. So the mirror is saying, "Boy, you never see how pastor was sweating last week with the one you wore? Did you see Mrs. Pastor, the dirty look she was giving you?" And I've been thinking too, you know, for instance, those people who design the outfit for ministers must have been a friend of ministers, because if they didn't have them long gown, and if they didn't have that pulpit upstairs to hide behind, then we would be wondering, a lot of embarrassment would be in church. You know, I try to think. As a kid, I grew up in the country, way up in the bush. So, you know, we don't have no long gown because the minister is the man next door. And he don't have a gown. And I used to wonder how come pastor, all day Sunday pastor preach like that, you know. You know them people now who them looking for Ben Laden? I don't think they really want to find Ben Laden. But at least terrorists and hijackers of all other cultures, they do something before they get arrested. Not our black people, man. Did you hear them black guys? They got arrested, they didn't even have any ammunition. I hear there's a new name, a new size of clothes. Because the Jamaicans come up with something new all the time. Because I see people now, they're dressed in sizes that jeans thread are going to start popping on the street and bottoms are going to be exposed. Because black bottoms don't fit in these pants that they're making. You know, these pants are designed to make, excuse the white people in here, white women look like they have a bottom, like me, you know. But black people, especially African. I saw an African young lady walking the other day, and I'm walking behind like that because she looked like she's going to fall backward. Because the bottom, you know, everybody wants to go to heaven. Only one entrance. You have to die before you can go to heaven. But nobody wants to die, but they want to go to heaven. I don't understand that concept at all. And especially black people. We can go to a funeral, bury somebody that died, high cholesterol, all them fried food and things. Have you seen the after parties at the houses? You know, people are even bringing home doggy bag from funeral. It is amazing how. I was talking to my sister the other day and I was saying, I don't want to spend no much money when I'm dead. I want to be cremated. Black people don't like heat. Black people don't want heat. You dead already? What is he gonna do? Here, my sister, I don't want no heat on my body. And then I said to her, but why? And she thought about it for a few minutes and then she said, but you know you have a point. Because you could be lying in the box in the parlor and it catch fire. So you see, why are we afraid spending all this money? I am not sure. When I was a child in Jamaica, the man, you die today, the man make a box with a material like this. It looked like a cross. Now they make it, they sold my sister waterproof. A waterproof casket. What for? You know, like, it's like, and when you are grieving is not the time to go and discuss. You know, so when my mother passed away, I said, I want to go. Because I want to know why anybody want to buy a waterproof casket for a dead body, right? Anyway, flipping, I'm flipping to the cheap boxes, right? The lady say, oh no, you don't want those, you don't want. So I said, why would you sell a waterproof box? How you know? After, do you know? They don't put dirt in there when we're there. They wait till you leave. How do we know they don't just lift up the box, throw out the dead person, wash off the box, sell it again? You know what I mean? You know, I don't want to spend. People who are rich don't spend no money per box. You see how the Jews are buried like how we used to be buried back home? Cheap, cheap. Cheap, cheap, that's why they still have a lot of money, right? Us? Oh, no, man. We want this big send-off, you know? Sending off to where? Where are you going to be sent to? I'm not sure. A lot of Saturdays, a lot of black people already visit some places deep enough to be aggrieved. Because I've been to some parties, man, and like 5 levels down, and I'm expecting, all right, throw the dirt now, you know. And yet we're afraid to die. In Jamaica now, poor people don't have a tank for water, but they spend all the money burying the dead person, not in the back anymore, in the front. In the front yard, big palaf thing, buried there. You know, like, what is that going to do to the value of your house when you're ready to sell it, right? You know, I just figure, I told everybody, burn my ass. Thank you very much.